Ah, the 1980s, a time of big hair, boomboxes, bold fashion, and scents that walked into the room before you did. If you remember the 80s, you remember the power of a good perfume. And if you're just a lover of vintage fragrances, this video is your golden ticket down scent memory lane. We're counting down 22 of the most iconic, unforgettable fragrances from the 1980s. The kind of scents that filled rooms, turned heads, and have stayed in our memories ever since. Let's kick things off with Dior Jules, a fragrance that feels like a secret whispered in a smoky French bar. Launched in 1980, this scent was Dior's way of stepping into something a little more dangerous. The top hits you with herbs like lavender and green notes. Then you get a spicy heart and a strong leathery base. It lasts all day and leaves a nice trail. Think your cool uncle who always had great style and smelled amazing. Jules was less about loud entrances and more about pulling you in. It's been reformulated over the years, but that original, pure 80s seduction. Balenciaga Portos was like wearing velvet in scent form. Deep, dark, and impossibly smooth. You couldn't walk by someone wearing this without doing a double take. Starts fresh, but the base made of musk, leather, and oak moss is where the magic lived. It had this gorgeous, slightly animalic richness. Not super loud, but it sticks around like a wink across the room you don't forget. It was strong enough to make an entrance, but not knock anyone over. Balenciaga Portos belonged to the woody chypre scent family. This one's tough to find now, but if you ever catch a whiff of it, you'll remember. Now here comes a powerhouse, Giorgio Beverly Hills. If the 80s had a signature scent, Giorgio Beverly Hills might be it. This was the scent of glamour, sunshine, and shopping on Rodeo Drive. The top notes, orange blossom, peach, and apricot, were bright and juicy, and the base wrapped it up in vanilla, sandalwood, and amber. You smelled this before you saw someone, and let's be honest, you kinda loved it. Kouros by YSL was bold. Inspired by ancient Greek statues, it was musky, animalic, and masculine. Top notes, coriander, clary sage, and aldehydes. In the middle, geranium, jasmine, vetiver, and at the base, a combo of leather, civet, oak moss, and amber. The longevity of this perfume was eternal. Some folks found it polarizing, but for those who wore it with confidence, unstoppable. Chanel Antius was all about dark sophistication. It smelled like a rebel in a tuxedo. This was for the guy who wasn't afraid to stand out but didn't need to shout. Smooth like a jazz record, but with a rebellious edge. Top notes, myrtle and clary sage, and the base, castoreum, patchouli, and oak moss. Cartier's Santos was elegant, smooth, and effortlessly masculine, like jazz in a bottle. This was Cartier's first men's fragrance, and they didn't hold back. The heart notes were nutmeg, vetiver, and rosemary, and the base was coconut, vanilla, and sandalwood. Yes, coconut in a man's fragrance, and it worked. Santos de Cartier had a soft projection, but the scent lingered on clothes beautifully. It had a woody, oriental scent that you could never miss. It was classy without being flashy, just like Cartier. Quorum was your dad's cologne, and honestly, he smelled amazing. The top notes were artemisia, bergamot, and cumin. Its heart was patchouli, sandalwood, and pine tree, all built on a base of leather, amber, and tobacco. It had that, business vibe, but still made room for a little mischief. Dracar Noir was the scent of the 80s bad boy. Think motorcycles, denim jackets, and slow-motion hair flips. This scent had a strong presence and unreal longevity. The top notes were lavender and lemon, fresh up top, spicy in the middle, and deep at the base. It was everywhere, in locker rooms, dance floors, and date nights. To this day, it's got a cult following, and honestly, still smells fantastic. Tuscany per Uomo felt like a vacation in Italy. Warm, spicy, relaxed. The top notes of lavender, lime, and bergamot blended perfectly with its heart of caraway, cinnamon, and tarragon. You wore this to dinner, then danced under the stars. Bellissimo. Dior Poison was a bombshell. Bold, sultry, unforgettable. Poison was an oriental floral scent with top notes of coriander, plum, and wild berries, and base notes of amber, honey, and musk. The sillage on this scent was massive. People could smell you down the hall. This perfume didn't whisper, it shouted glamour. They called it the fragrance of 1,000 flowers, and they weren't kidding. Estee Lauder had created a perfect floral scent with top notes of rose, mandarin, and lily. The middle notes were tuberose, marigold, and orange flower. Beautiful had a sillage that was elegant but never overpowering. It felt like love in a bottle. It was romantic, delicate, and timeless. Now we move on to a fragrance that's as iconic as the brand itself, Obsession by Calvin Klein. This was the scent of sultry mystery, of candlelit dinners and smoky jazz bars. Obsession launched in 1985 and immediately made waves with its warm, spicy, and sensual personality. It opens with top notes of mandarin orange, vanilla, basil, and bergamot. As it settles, it reveals an intense heart of coriander, jasmine, orange blossom, and sandalwood. And that base? Amber, incense, musk, and civet. That combination was pure magic. Obsession is part of the Oriental fragrance family, with impressive longevity that clings to the skin like a memory, and a sillage that commands attention. It was the scent of rebellion and sensuality. If you remember this one, chances are you weren't afraid to break the rules. Bijoux for Men is one of those powerhouses that came in a bottle as bold as its scent, round and golden, like a token from the gods of confidence. Released in 1987, this scent starts off strong with a spicy burst of nutmeg, lavender, musk, and bergamot. The heart is all about woods and florals. It's made of ylang-ylang, fir, rose, and honey. Finally, it settles into a rich base of amber, leather, musk, and tonka bean. It's a woody oriental fragrance, and it lasts like nuclear radiation. This one could take you from boardroom to ballroom without reapplying. The sillage is bold, unapologetic, a perfect scent for a man who owned the room. Modern reformulations exist, but fans still swear by vintage bottles for that full 80s magic. A hidden gem that perfume lovers treasure, Essentia by Loewe. Launched in 1987, Essentia is complex, sophisticated, and oh so 80s. The top opens with an aromatic cocktail of lavender, juniper berries, lemon, and basil. The heart introduces carnation, geranium, and pine tree, while the base settles into oak moss, leather, and amber. It belongs to the aromatic Faubourg family with longevity that goes all day, and a sillage that's more elegant than overwhelming. For many, this was the scent of refinement, often worn with well-tailored suits and a quiet kind of confidence. Now this next one, an absolute game changer. Meet Cool Water by Davidoff. Released in 1988, Cool Water was the scent of fresh masculinity. The top notes of seawater, mint, lavender, and coriander offered a crisp intro. Then came the heart of jasmine, neroli, and sandalwood. The dry down? Musk, oak moss, tobacco, and cedar. In aromatic aquatic fragrance, it was light but persistent, making it perfect for warm weather wear. Longevity was moderate, and the sillage was airy yet unmistakable. For younger viewers, this might be the scent your dad wore on summer vacations. Dior brought the fire with this one. The lab must have been on fire when the Fahrenheit was crafted. A daring fragrance, Fahrenheit opens with leather, mandarin orange, hawthorn, and nutmeg flower. Its heart is all about honeysuckle, sandalwood, and violet. Yes, violet. The base, amber, patchouli, and vetiver. This scent is classified as a woody floral musk with intense longevity and a very noticeable sillage. Fahrenheit wasn't for everyone, but for those who wore it, it was a signature. Even today, it holds up as a bold and creative statement in men's fragrance. Soft, romantic, and eternal, Eternity by Calvin Klein was launched in 1988 as a tribute to lasting love. Eternity opens with fresh notes of citrus, green botanicals, and freesia. Its floral heart includes lily of the valley, rose, and narcissus. The base wraps it all in gentle sandalwood, amber, and musk. It's a floral fragrance through and through, ideal for spring days, weddings, or whenever you want to feel like you're starring in your own 80s romance movie. It's still around today, reformulated for modern sensibilities, but still unmistakably classic. Make a statement without saying a word. Remember that slogan? That's Exclamation by Coty. This 1988 launch was aimed at the younger crowd with its bold bottle and even bolder scent. It opens with peach, apricot, and green notes, making it super juicy and inviting. Then comes jasmine, heliotrope, and orris root before settling into vanilla, musk, and amber. Exclamation is a floral oriental scent. It had moderate longevity and a fun, flirty sillage. It was the scent of teen crushes, sleepovers, and mall hangouts. If you're feeling nostalgic, this one's worth tracking down. Here's a hidden treasure, Crizia Moods Uomo, launched in 1989. This fragrance starts with aldehydes, lemon, and lavender, blending into a heart of cinnamon, carnation, and cedar. Its base includes amber, leather, and musk. It's part of the woody aromatic family, and the longevity was excellent. The sillage? Strong but smooth. This scent was for the thoughtful, artistic types. Not the most famous of the bunch, but once you smelled it, you never forgot it. Royal by name and royal by nature, Tsar by Van Cleef & Arpels was made for men with presence. Tsar opens with artemisia, coriander, and green notes. The heart mixes pine, juniper berries, and tarragon, then dries down to oak moss, vetiver, and musk. It's an aromatic faux gouache scent known for its long-lasting presence and forest-like freshness. The sillage? Grand, yet not overwhelming. Tsar was for the gentleman who appreciated power, but with grace. It still has a loyal fan base today. And there you have it, 22 unforgettable scents from the 80s that had us trying to sneak a spritz from Mom's perfume collection. Did one of your all-time favorites make the list? Or did we just unlock a memory you didn't even realize was hiding in the back of your mind? Drop a comment below and tell us which 80s fragrance you remember most. And if you loved this little scent-sational trip down memory lane, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video.